everybody to Maple Tree Senior Center. This is our fourth time we're having a veteran celebration here, and hopefully it'll be the best one ever. So what I'd like to do is I'd just like to make a couple comments and then hand it over to the master of ceremony. What we did this year is we decided, we spoke to the mayor, and the mayor said, make sure you guys do a classy presentation for our vets, something that they could be proud of when they walk out the door. So the team behind me, Danielle, Iris, Liz, Erica, and over in that corner, Erin, Bonnie, over there, Michelle and Monica. We worked real hard for 6 months. The mayor got us a room, and like I said, he said, do a great job. So this is the team it's a team effort. We start this 6 months in advance, and we all report to Dave over there, who's not only a great director but a great person. So last year when I spoke about the mayor, I said there's a number of things, and I say it all the time. If you have young children, if you have seniors, or if you have special need people, Woodbridge is the place to be. He puts big effort into all that. But what I didn't talk about last year was the veterans. If you look at the polls, the telephone polls with everybody's picture, Woodbridge was the first one to do that. Everybody does that now, but Woodbridge was one of the first towns to do that. Besides what we're doing today, if you look at those placards on the table, those plastic tables, you'll see on one side that there's a health fair for veterans at the community center next Friday. When they were looking for a place to do it, the mayor stepped up and said, we're doing it in the community center, and he has another team that's working on that, and that's going to be a great event. So make sure you guys go there and check it out on next Friday. The third thing that I don't know if you know, the mayor is working on getting veteran housing put in, and he'll discuss. And he'll tell you a little bit about that when I hand the mic over to him. But I just want you guys to know in closing, this mayor works harder than anybody I know. When it comes to veterans, and I'll say this clearly, this mayor has your six. So So I'm going to hand it over to the mayor, who's a great friend and a great guy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hank. So Hank thanked everybody except one person he forgot, and it's up to me to make that thank you, and that is to Hank Heidacker, who's the head of the Maple Tree Senior Center. He works with all these lovely ladies behind me, but he's the one, because this is his home, he's the one that really leads the charge. He's the one that tells me what to do. Nobody can tell me what to do. But Hank can, because we're actually very good friends. So let's hear for Hank Heidacker. At this point, I would like to call up the Color Guard. This is a group of young men and women who we're very, very proud of. It's so good, and I'm sure you guys feel this better than I do because you're veterans and I'm not. This is a group of youngsters who lead military. They're into this. They're into the Color Guard. They're into the Young Marines, and they're the future of our town, of our generation, really. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Color Guard. 5 Young Marines led by MJ Kress. Where's MJ? MJ right here. MJ Kress is the leader of this group. Let's hear it for her. Now I'd like to ask Hank to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing. Cameron's going to lead us through the Star Spangled Banner, and God bless America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the lights from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Color guard dismissed.
Forward, march!
Let's hear from the color guard. You may be seated. You know what I really like? I like people who sing the national anthem and who sing God Bless America and don't perform it. You know, they make it about the song, not about themselves, and that was an amazing performance. It now gives me great pleasure to call up Gene Bernhardt and Ray Orris from American Legion Post 471 in Island, which is always a very moving ceremony of the POW MIA table.
Good morning. Good morning. Can I have your attention, please? A POW MIA empty chair is placed at all official meetings of the American Legion as a physical symbol of the many American POW MIAs still unaccounted for from all wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. This is a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoner from captivity, the repatriation of the remains of those who died bravely in defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor. Would Commander Ray Orris please place the POW MIA flag on the chair? Those who have served and those currently serving in the uniformed services of the United States are ever mindful that the sweetness of enduring peace has always been tainted by the bitterness of personal sacrifice. We are compelled to never forget that while we enjoy our daily pleasures, there are others who have endured and may still be enduring the agonies of pain, deprivation, and imprisonment. Before we begin our activities, we pause to recognize our POWs and MIAs. We call your attention to the small table which occupies a place of dignity and honor. It is set for one, symbolizing the fact that members of our armed forces are missing from our ranks. They are referred to as POWs and MIAs. We call them comrades. They are unable to be with their loved ones and families, so we join together to pay humble tribute to them and to bear witness to their continued absence. The table is small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner alone against his or her suppressors. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. The single rose in the vase signifies the blood that they may have shed in sacrifice to ensure the freedom of our beloved United States of America. This rose also reminds us of the family and friends of our missing comrades who keep faith while awaiting their return. The red ribbon on the vase represents an unyielding determination for a proper accounting of our comrades who are not among us. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of their bitter fate. The salt sprinkled on the plate reminds us of the countless fallen tears of families as they wait. The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us at this time. The chair is empty. They are not here. Excuse me. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope, which lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors to the open arms of a grateful nation. The American flag reminds us that many of them may never return and have paid the supreme sacrifice to ensure our freedom. Let us pray to the Supreme Commander that all of our comrades will soon be back within our ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifice. May God forever watch over them and protect them and their families. Thank you.
Thank you, Gene. Thank you, Ray.
It's Robert in the choir.
Yeah. Okay, now I'd like to call up the Woodbridge St. James School Choir and their director, Robert. Thank you. Okay, one more time for the St. James School Choir. And their director, Robert. Nice job, ladies. Good job, man. All right, that was very nice. So I'd like to just take 2 minutes to echo what Hank said about the team that put this together. It starts with the health director, David Kolodziński. David took over. We moved the senior centers under health a couple of years ago, right after David came in and took over for Phil Bajowski, who retired and moved to Ohio. David came from the county of Middlesex. He's done a tremendous job. Back there in the purple is David Kolodziński. His very able administrative assistant is a young lady from town, Michelle Kopervas. Rave. I don't want to embarrass her, but she's her husband's famous in town because he is the general manager of Trader Joe's. And we were just there yesterday. They're a little weird as a company. Who cares what they are as a company, as long as they're a great store, but they didn't want us having a grand opening ceremony at the grand opening that morning at 9 o'clock last week. They didn't want to do it because they didn't want to take away from the customer experience. I understand that. So we finally got out there yesterday. It was still crowded. We filmed the grand opening with her husband, and it was great. The place is just unbelievable. We're thrilled to have it. So thanks, Michelle. Please thank your husband. Hank forgot to mention his direct report. The director of the senior centers, the health department, like all departments, is divided into divisions. There's a division of senior centers that is run by Cynthia Ruzich. All the ladies were standing to Hank's left. Cynthia was behind him. And just for Hank's benefit, let me just remind him, it is a bad career move to forget to mention your direct boss. Very bad career move. All right, so we got Hank's assistant here, Bonnie. All the assistants, by the way, are out womening the senior centers because all the directors are here. But since we're in Maple Tree, Hank's assistant here is Bonnie. Hank said, but Erin Zerpolo, Liz Cowan, Iris Sadowski, and Danielle Balint are all here with us. I want to mention a group of people that never get mentioned, but they do all the work. They do all the setup, all the cleanup. You saw when the group was done, they took the chairs down. It's all of our custodians. I see John's here. Bones is right there in the window. We have Steve. We have, yeah, I said John. Cole's here. So these are all the ones that work in the senior centers. They do a terrific job. We're very, very proud of our senior centers. We have 6 of them. We had 1 when we got here. Now we have 6. They're all terrific. They all give a great place for recreation and education and programs and trips and luncheons and you name it. Bingos and trivia and beading, you name it. It's all good. So we love our senior centers. I'd now like to introduce a councilman who thankfully less than 72 hours ago was re-elected to another term as the councilman from the 3rd Ward covering Avenel and Port Reading. When we were looking, as Hank alluded to, I'll let Corey talk about it, but we were approached by the company that owns the Greens at Avenel, right across from the prison. It's a complex that's largely for special needs adults for living quarters. They wanted to open up I'll let Corey talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you live in Avenel or Port Reading, you're councilman. If you don't, you've got a good councilman anyway. Corey Spiller.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Good morning. First and foremost, I want to thank Hank, his entire team, the Mayor administration, senior services. This has become one of the, I don't want to say signature, but this has become one of the events that we look forward to the most in the township. It's a way to say thank you to our local veterans. I can't stand here today and speak to you without the sacrifices our veterans have done over the past 100 plus, 200 plus years. So thank you very much. What the mayor and Hank, we were talking about, it's called Avenel Veterans Housing down the road on Roadway Avenue. And it started 2019. It's called the Greens at Avenel. We wanted to do something to take care of our own developmentally disabled. So we worked with the state, and we got a real great building, 100 units, to help with our local Woodbridge Township developmentally disabled youths and adults. And we got to talking several years ago, and there's a piece of property next to it. And we're like, our veterans need help. So many senior veterans, so many veterans that are coming back, they need a little bit of assistance. So we said, we got to do something more. What can we do more for our veterans in terms of residential? So it's going to be 100 affordable units for our veterans, local veterans, with onboard services, on-site services programs to help them with anything that they need on any given day with their families. They can stay there with their families. So we're going to be breaking ground probably beginning of the year. It's a great program. Something that I'm very proud of, along with the development of disabled, but that Avenel Housing Project is going to be great. Short of that, you're not here to listen to me. Again, it's so great to see everybody, all your families, and thank you very much for everything you've done. Thank you.
All right. We're going to call the veterans up now? Yeah. Okay, we're going to call the veterans up now, not by name, just out. If all the veterans could come up and take a seat in front, those that are able to, please come up and take a seat in front. All the veterans have a little gift. It's a blanket and some other things, Hank, right? So there's something that's from the township. If you remember last year, we had a little presentation by Jeff and Nancy Mullins from Rebuilding Warriors. That's the group that provides service dogs to men and women returning overseas who saw things they should never have to see, who experienced things they should never have to experience, and they frequently have issues that they have to deal with, and service dogs become an amazing resource for them. Last year when we had the ceremony, it was so impressive. They brought up a woman who I guess was around 45, and she lost her husband to suicide with PTSD after coming home, and it was terrible. But she talked about how she wanted to keep his memory alive, and she donated money to Rebuilding Warriors and sponsored a service dog. And then a young man came up who just returned a little while ago from serving overseas, and he got that dog, and he was up there with that dog. I still get goosebumps talking about it. And he got the microphone, and he said that the first good night's sleep he had in years was when the dog jumped into bed with him. And it's so touching. That's all because of Jeff and Nancy Mullins. They not only started Rebuilding Warriors with the local chapter, and then it became a New Jersey chapter, and now the entire national organization of Rebuilding Warriors is run by Jeff and Nancy Mullins through an office in Fords, New Jersey, in Woodbridge Township, and we're very, very proud of that. So proud that at the ceremony this year, there wasn't a service dog. There was one that was going to be ready but wasn't, so there wasn't an actual dog presentation, but it was still a very moving ceremony. And then we presented Jeff and Nancy with the key to Woodbridge Township. We've only given out about a dozen of them over the years. It's something we take very seriously, and I think Jeff is still speechless about it. I actually made him cry. I didn't mean to. But Jeff was up on stage and he was just so touched that he started tearing up. But ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're supposed to do to people who do what they do for us. Right. So Jeff and Nancy Mullins, if you want to stand up. Where are you?
Howdy doing? Howdy doing?
There you are, all the way back by the door. And they got their dog Zoe here, it's Jeff's best friend, besides of course his wife and family. You want to say anything, you just want to wave? Come on up. Nancy Mullins, Jeff Mullins, and Zoe.
We're still speechless, to be honest. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you to everyone, and thank you to our veterans. It's important that these little things that we're doing, these changing lives, the little thing like a service dog, it's a huge thing, right? People don't realize it when they see someone with a service dog, that this person it's taken everything for them to maybe go to an outing, go to somewhere with their families. Our family's been affected by PTSD, and paying it forward to help all the veterans and first responders that we have is really important to us. So we appreciate this recognition. It means the world to us. Thank you so much, and thank you to you all.
First, thank you, Mayor, and everybody who supported this event. We appreciate it. First thing I want to say to you guys is thank you for your service. Vietnam veterans, welcome home. You deserve that. So I did 28 years. I did Navy and I did Army, and I retired in 2017 after 28 years. So when we first got involved with Rebuilding Warriors, Jeff Anderson, who started the organization, we grew up together. And we go to a 70s class reunion, and I see that he's there, and I said, what are you doing now? And he tells me, and I said, well, if you need a hand, let me know. So we go to a fundraiser, and then driving back down from upstate New York, I look at my wife and I go, we could do something better than that. And I'll tell you what, it has snowballed. And we get asked all the time to go different places to do fundraising. And You know, we're 100% volunteers, so every dollar we get helps put a dog into a veteran or first responder's hands. And for that, we are grateful. So thank you all. Thank you, Mayor.
And of course, the day would not be complete unless we had a treat for Zoe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. Jeff and Nancy Mullins, folks. Another guy I want to make sure everybody meets. So I became the mayor in 2006. Years ago, there was a veterans group, loosely affiliated Veterans Alliance group, but it wasn't as active as it really should have been for a town that has 6 VFWs, 3 American Legions, a disabled American vets, the Reinhardt Detachment of the Marine Corps League, you name it, we have it. So I turned to John Eberhardt, who was working for the town in the Recreation Department. He started up the Veterans Alliance again. We didn't have a parade for many, many years. Our first parade again was in 2007. And by the way, the parade's this Sunday, leaving at 1:30 from Ross Street School, going right up to Route 35, making a left, and then making a left and going right down the middle of Main Street, Woodbridge. So please come out and support the vets. But John started that up again. He started the Veterans Alliance again, and ironically, he was one of the first recipients of the key to Woodbridge Township. John moved to New Hampshire a couple of years ago, left it working for the town and be closer to his family. And we were looking for somebody to take over, and we came across a guy we've known for a bit, and a guy who's very active with the Avenel VFW. He's very active with the statewide disabled vets group. George Schneff has been a godsend to Woodbridge Township because he came in and he took over the Woodbridge Veterans Alliance, and he has meetings. He's involving all the VFWs, all the American Legions. He's a true leader and has been absolutely terrific. He's so organized, gets everybody in line like a military guy would do, and really has revitalized that Veterans Alliance to the point where one of the reasons why, and he'll say it's because of us, but one of the reasons why Jeff Cantor brought the statewide forum to Woodbridge Township, one of the reasons why is because we have such an active veteran presence in Woodbridge Township as led by George Schneff. So I'd like to ask George to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you to you and your staff and to the Senior Center for running this wonderful ceremony they're having. As the coordinator of the Township Alliance, Veterans Alliance, just like to know we do have a few things coming up. One is the parade on Sunday, which kicks off at 1:30, sharp. Sun, rain, or snow, we go. So if you can come out and support us, we'd like that. On Tuesday, Veterans Day, several of our organizations will be having services at their individual posts. Woodbridge American Legion will have their services at 8:30 in the morning. Island American Legion, Avenel VFW, Colonia VFW, and Island VFW will all have services at 11 a.m. And you're invited. We also have on Friday, the 14th, that's already been mentioned, we're going to have the Veterans Caucus here. It's going to be a job fair and a health fair combined in both. They're going to be doing different screenings, medical screenings, cancer screenings, blood pressure, reviewing medications. There will be service officers there if you want to submit claims to the VA. And there's also going to be employment people there. They're going to be running seminars if you have children that are in the military and they're looking to get hired. They're having people that are looking to hire veterans. They're going to have classes on how to write resumes, how to interview, and there are going to be employers that are looking to hire. But again, thank you, Mayor. Thank you for everything you're doing for us.
Thanks, pal. Thank you, George. Veterans Day is always the toughest day to be a mayor because everybody has a service 11/11 at 11. And you can't be in that many different places at once. So we start early in one, we get late to another, we get to two in the middle, and we do our best. But it's a pleasure to go around and spend time with our veterans. So now I'd like to recognize 3 of our oldest veterans in the audience. I'm going to start with somebody who I believe is the oldest, and that is Phil Sobota, who is 102 years old. He lives right across the street in Maple Tree Manor. He served in World War II for 3 years as a private first class in the Army Air Corps. 102, ladies and gentlemen, Phil Sobota. Mike Valillo, right in front of me here, served in World War II as a bombardier. He'll be 100 on November 18th. So, 1 week after Veterans Day, he'll turn 100. He also lives in Avenel. And the third guy, I came in tonight and I said, you know, you're going to be 100 soon. And he says, no, Mr. Mayor, I'm already 100. He lived in Menlo Park Terrace on Jefferson Street. I lived in Menlo Park Terrace on Jefferson Street. He still lives in the house that his family grew up in, including Eleanor here, who grew up with me. She's way younger than me. I was friends with his three sons. My mother still lives on Jefferson Street. She's 90. We ought to hook them up. We got to hook them up. I mean, you know, we don't want a widower. They're right there. Dating will be very easy. They just got to walk down the street. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Kalarakis is World War II Army. He turned 100 last August 24th. His private first class tank driver was at Normandy in the Battle of the Bulge. There he is, right here. Greg Kalarakis. And now we're going to call names, and all these lovely ladies that run the senior centers are going to show how young and agile they are. They're going to run around and hand out all these proclamations. So when I call your name, please raise your hand, and the next person in line will take the proc. And if we can do two at a time, that'll be great. So starting with Danielle Boleyn. William Alberts. Not here? Oh, in the back, okay. Lou Algaze. William Anthony. Oh, let me read the other things. Marines 64 to 68, Sergeant E5, William Anthony. William Anthony. Oh, right there, okay. William Antonucci, Army 6972, Specialist 4. Bill Anzella, Army 6061, Specialist 4. Louis Apostle, Navy 60 to 64, E2. Thomas Boleyn, Army Marine, 73 to 75, 81 to 84, E4. What does E4 stand for? What does E4 stand for? I don't know. Frank Bartolotti, Korea, Navy, 52 to 56. Joel Bendar, Air Force, 69 to 73, Staff Sergeant. Bob Benny, Navy, 56 to 59, AMS 3. Bernie Berg, Army Reserve, 57 to 63, SP 5. Gene Bernhardt, Navy, 68 to 74, PO 3. Benjamin Ball, Army, 5960, E2. John Borkowski, Air Force, 66 to 70, Sergeant. Richard Borneman, Vietnam, Navy, 67 to 70, Aviation Machinist Mate, 3rd Class. William Bovaert, Army, 55 to 58, PFC. Jerry Brown, right in front here, Army, Lieutenant Colonel. Robert Butfalowski, Army, 5759, Specialist E4. Nelson Caro, Marine, 65 to 69, Corporal. Ray Chesley, Coast Guard, 70 to 74, EN3. What's up, Ray? Hey, John. Robert Cristiano, Army, 63 to 65, E4. George D'Addario, Army, 68 to 70, Specialist 4. Paul DiPiolo, Army, 62 to 69, SP4. Dan DeSanto, Army, 5759, Specialist 4th Class. Lester Dietz, Army, 6567, E4. Jim Eddington, right in front, Army, 67 to 70, SPEC4, right there. Joe Elliott, Air Force, 69 to 73, Sergeant E4. All the way in the back. Henry Endries, Army, 59 to 64, Corporal. Theodore Evan, Navy, 60 to 63, Cryptologic Technician, PO2. Carl Fabio, Army, 53 to 55, Sergeant. Steve Fedorchak, Army, 71 to 75, SPEC 5. Adolf Florzak, Navy, 59 to 62, 2nd Class Petty Officer. Fred Gabriel, Army, 57 to 59, PFC. Morris Gelby, Navy, 45 to 46, Aviation Electronics Tech, 3rd class. David Glovin, Army, 76 to 79, Specialist 4. Joseph Gornitz, Army, 68 to 70, SP 4. Steve Gubernat, Army, 65 to 69, and then 83 to 03, Sergeant 1st class. George Hapstack, Marine Corps, 51 to 54, Sergeant, right in front. Iakovos Jack Iakovu, Army, 64 to 66, Specialist 5. Nick Ionito, Marine Corps, 56 to 59, Corporal. Walter Kaczmarek, Marine, 67 to 69, Corporal, all the way against the wall. Craig Kalarakis, Army, 43 to 46, PFC, right here. Bob Casimir, Navy, 56 to 59, Fireman. That's Walter Kaczmarek all the way across there. Oh, we got it. Oh, you're back there, Kaz. Somebody go back there with Kaz's. Hans Kosbial, Army, 61 to 64, E4. Ray Krapitis, Army, 55 to 60, PE2. Walter Kuzma Jr., Army, 63 to 70, Staff Sergeant. Where'd you go? I'm lost. Fernando Lazaro, Army, 64 to 66. Frederick Link, Air Force, 59 to 63. Ron Listo, Army, 63 to 67, PFC, E3. Anthony Morella Jr., Army, 56 to 59, Private. Right there. Tony Moskwa, Army, 55 to 61, Specialist 4. Charlie Orgelfinger, Army, 64 to 67, Specialist 5th class. Over there. Ray Orris, Navy, 63 to 66, AMH3, right in front. Anthony Payon, Army, 52 to 54, Corporal. Right here. Charlie Paul, Coast Guard, 65 to 71, SN1, first row. Eston Pourbaugh, Air Force, 74 to 78, Sergeant E4, all the way in the corner. Herman Renkovins, Air Force, 56 to 58, A1C. John Renko, Army, 62 to 68, E5. Lester Ricardo, Army, 57 to 59, PFC. Johnny Rodriguez, Army, 66 to 68, E4. Leo Rose, Army, 70 to 74, Sergeant E5. Peter Witkowski, Air Force, 64 to 68, Staff Sergeant. William Sadusk, Army, 73 to 76, Sergeant. Andy Sariski, Army, 64 to 70, Specialist 4, and great artist. Frank Scarangello, Army, 67 to 69, Specialist 4, and concert critic. If he likes them, he tells me. If he doesn't like them, he tells me too.
That's Frank, I love that.
Gary George Schwartz, Army, 69 to 78, Staff Sergeant, E6. Paul Serge, Navy, 69 to 73, E3. John Stolowski, Navy, 64 to 68, E4. Right to my left, Garrett Sutphin, Navy, 54 to 60, Engineer. At 102, Phil Svoboda, Army, Air Corps, 43 to 46, Private First Class. Right there. John Taraska, Navy, 54 to 57. Fred Thompson, Army, E4. Pat Trombetta, billiards expert, Army, 59 to 61, Specialist 4. Manuel Valles, Navy, 66 to 68, E4. Joseph Van Ness, Navy, 58 to 62, 3rd class petty officer. Congratulations. Anthony S. this is somebody recently deceased. Anthony S. Vaughn, Navy, 3 years seaman. Stan Wardensky, Army, 70 to 72, Specialist 4. Henry Wirt, Navy, 52 to 56, seaman. Joe Williams, Army 65 to 69, Specialist 4. Bill Wisk, Army 65 to 67, Specialist 4, and one amazing dancer. Gus Vanek, Army National Guard 64 to 68, Specialist 5. I didn't see him. Yeah, I didn't see him. Martin Zach, Navy 64 to 68, third class petty officer. Razor Polo, Air Force 67 to 61, captain and in better shape than anybody because he's at the club every single day. John Benoya, Army 68 to 69, Sergeant Specialist 3, and retired zoning board attorney expert. Peter Sisolak, Navy 62 to 66, EM2. George Sneff, Air Force 75 to 79, Sergeant. John Gersley Jr., Navy Reserve 65 to 71, E2. Guy you just met, Jeff Mullins, Navy and Army 77 to 88, 99 to 17, Sergeant First Class, E7. Joseph Kisty, 58 to 61, E4, IC electrician. Did we miss anybody? All right, hold on. Let's get the other batch. You might be in the other batch. We'll just read them. Oh, you have it. We might not have known you were here, so I'll just flip through these. Rocky Couch, Navy 5761. Wilton Batista, Army E4. Richard Johnson, Navy 70 to 74, E4. Just yell out if you're here. Doug Kelly, Air Force 68 to 72, Staff Sergeant. William Kuchar, Navy 63 to 67, CTR 1. Vincent Liska, Army 65 to 67, Corporal. Mike Lohman, Army 68 to 69, Sergeant. William Malik, Army 65 to 68, Spec 4. Timothy Mannion, Navy 75 to 79, YN2. I know I saw Enzo Martino, Army 65 to 67, E5. Michael Melia, Army 66 to 69, Sergeant. John Mikulak, Navy 62 to 93, CW04. Andrew Mudrak, Army 69 to 71, Specialist 4. Juan Muniz, Army 51 to 53, Private. Andy Nagy's here, Army 58 to 60, SP4. I saw Andy, he raised his hand before. Yeah, Andy's there he is. Dave Narodis here, Army 65 to 67, Specialist 4. Mario Rementilla, Navy 74 to 80, E5. J. David Rickard, Army 59 to 62, SP4. Howard Saltzman, Navy 52 to 54. Luke Police, Army veteran. If anybody else did not get it, please see any one of these, just see Danielle on your way out. But ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the presentation of the certificates.